Did you know that there is approximately 102 different species of cats? I've read somewhere that we don't even actually know how many species there is. That's crazy. But what we know is the cat you play in the video game Stray is a ginger tabby. Ugh, why am I even going with this? Stray is an adventure game in which you play as a cat. With some platforming and with some light puzzle, this game is a short but very fun and relaxing time. I remember liking it a lot when it first came out, to the point that I only had 2 achievements left. Sneakity, Territory, and I Am Speed. Sneakity is to go through the Midtown chapter without being spotted by the Sentinels. Territory is simply to scratch once in every chapter. And I Am Speed is to finish the game under 2 hours. Considering my background with speedrunning, I wasn't too worried about the lag. I did check the leaderboard on speedrun.com, and considering that even the glitchless speedruns are well under 2 hours, I was even more confident. But because it had been a while I played this game, instead of going through every chapters just to get my scratches and sneak around Midtown, I decided to play through the entire game again. The first chapter of this game acts like a tutorial. While hanging out with your buddies, you learn how to run, meow, scratch, how platforming works, and gravity. Chapter 2 is a little bit more of the same. We learn that we can pick up stuff, push planks, ha! Robot! More scratching, and running away from the Zergs. Chapter 3 is a weird one. It's not a very long chapter, but we find a small drone named B12 in it, and it decides to go on a journey with us. B12 finds itself practical right away, as it can reach for things that we can't, carry them, and it understands the technology around. Before we leave for the next chapter, B12 actually spots a picture on the wall that reminds him of the outside, and wants to find more about it. Chapter 4 is where things gets a lot more interesting. First, we scare an entire village of companions. And the one guard realizes that we are an armless cat. So everyone's cool with it. We ask the guard about this outside thing. It tells us that Momo might know something. Once we get to his apartment, Momo refuses to help us. He seems depressed about his situation. All of his friends are gone to the outside, and he can't contact them. His notebook is not enough to figure out what is wrong with his signal, but he thinks his friends might have notebooks that could help him. But he's so unsure. And so we are tasked to explore the slums in search of those notebooks. Each book is in a different location, but overall they aren't too hard to find. When we give back the notes to Momo, he quickly realizes that there's a chance he can contact his friends. He puts up a transceiver together, and like an old wizard with a grey beard, he sends us on a quest. Reach the top of the building with the antenna and set up the transceiver. And this leads us to chapter 5. This one is pretty straightforward. If anything, I already explained what to do 3 lines above. However, we're gonna need to face waves of Zergs, move some barrels around, and wait for an elevator. Chapter 6 brings us back to the slums. This time Momo makes contact with one of his pals, Balthazar. He informs us that it's possible to reach the outside, but we have to go through the sewers. His son, who was listening, warns us about the danger that lurks in the sewers. Yeah, more Zergs, but a ton! Then the bartender tells us that his father went outside to the dead city just over the slums to test a weapon that could help us. Anyway, we go to Seamus, the son, and shows him his dad's notes. Turns out that there's a secret lab in the apartment. We find the room using out a massive brain, and inside we discover a tractor. Broken, we are asked once again to fix things, because obviously a cat can do all of that. So we So we go get bleach. Alright. We exchange it for wires that then a grandma turns into a sweater. So this nerd can now fix the tracker because he was cold. We bring it back to Seamus, so we can then take a stroll all the way to the other side of the town. We do exactly what we came here for. We do get chased a lot by Zergs, but we make it to our companion's hideout. We help him power up his weapon so he can then make a portable one for P12. We escort him out, and then he reunites with his son. So then finally, the cat and B12 can go in the sewers with Momo, now that we're ready and equipped to deal with the Zergs. It's a bit stinky, but get used to it. It's chapter 8. After a tour of Gondola, Momo shows us why he's the strongest Avenger. Then we proceed on our own and escape a million Zergs. At some point we reach a room with a big eye, and with no explanation of what it is. The cat almost dies. B12 almost dies. But we make it out. Now, chapter 9 is quick and easy. We reach a village called the Ant Village. We climb up the tree. We talk to yet another friend of Momo, and he shows us the way out. That's it. I'm not even kidding. That's the entire chapter. But things picks up again in chapter 10, Midtown. Remember, this is a chapter I have in my other achievement, Sneaky Thief. First, the duo needs to find Momo's last friends, Tom and Ty. On my way to our apartments, I help a trio of companions by getting rid of the cameras around, and in exchange they gave me their odd fire mixtape. We find Clem, and she tells us that we need to infiltrate and use it to steal a battery so we can power up the metro. Honest, I should talk about that now. So see, I've been ignoring why we are doing all that. The cat that I play as wants to go back outside so he can hang out with his buddies again. The robots, Momos, and his friends are also looking for a way to go outside. And so we are helping each other to achieve that goal. The goal is to touch grass! So to infiltrate the facility, we need the help of one of Tomatan's friends. He asks us to get a safety helmet and a jacket to blend in with the other workers. So naturally, I wake up a drunk worker, jump in a box, let the worker carry me inside an hat shop, and order B12 to steal the helmet. Then move on to the clothing store, use that hot fire mixtape, and steal the jacket. Clem's friend and I get past the guard without problem. Now it's time for me to steal the atomic battery, and it's the beginning of the Sneaky achievement. None of the sentinels in here can spot me. Battery and pause, we head back to Clem. But it seems like sentinels are looking for criminals in the area. So again, we sneak around the sentinels and make it to the apartment. She isn't there, but she left us clues of her whereabouts. We leave the place, go on at this one last time, and Snickety. One achievement down. Now, at the rendezvous point, we find Clem all tied up. Our friend that helped us earlier sold us out. We get captured and sent to Chapter 11. Like many other chapters, this one is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna open a parenthesis here, but this is something I like about this game. There's a good balance, at least in my opinion, of very straightforward and free to explore levels. So it doesn't feel like the game is dragging. I don't know, I really like the balance in this game. Anyway, close parentheses. Move through the Gato, then Clem. We find B12, dodge a bunch of lasers, get past a few more Sentinel, save B12, get past a bunch of gate, then speed up out of jail. Clems drops us near the metro and lures the sentinels away, so it is up to us to power up the train. And here we are, the conclusion of this game. Everything we did led us here. All we have to do is to simply get into the control room and free every companion. And how do we do that? Yup, we finally got the territory achievement. 2 down, 1 more to go. Upon accessing the control room though, B12 takes charge of things real fast. We first need to turn on every computer. Then we scratch some more panels so our friend can hack them. But after every hack, it looks like it's getting weaker. But he insists on keeping on. However, in the end, he admits that he knew that this hack will drain all of its energy and he might actually die. But he is ready to make the sacrifice. So we go for one more hack. And the roof opens up, slowly letting the sun in, killing all the Zergs. Shutting down the Sentinels, freeing the companions. The story ends here. We simply walk outside, touch grass, and we reach the credits. However, my mission with this game isn't over just yet. I am still missing one achievement. I am Speed. Now again, this one is to finish the game under 2 hours. And the scheduled playthrough was about 3 hours, so I knew with just a little bit of practice that this will be a fun challenge to go. And after I did, I decided to go for an actual speed run of the game. So here's a sneak peek of the run. One hour, 26 minutes, and 45 seconds. I did much better than I expected. But if you want to see the full run, I will link my speedrunning channel in the description below. Alright guys, it's Lou here and it's my fourth recording of this outro. But I just want to let you guys know that first of all, I'm sorry about my voice. I know it's a little bit rough in some parts, but I was going through a cold. I'm still kind of going through it, but it's almost done. I feel it. But yeah, I took some liberty to edit some stuff in some ways, and hopefully it's gonna work out. I'd like to mess around a little bit and improve my skills when it comes to editing, so maybe there's gonna be a couple of questionable things happening in future videos. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about everything. Maybe I'm just gonna streamline everything, make it kind of simple. But I don't know. Part of this project is just having fun in a way for me. And if it takes off, it takes off. If it doesn't, then I'm just glad some people are coming along and I don't know, watching and supporting, I guess. Anyway, I love you all. Take care. I'll see you next video. Probably Baldur's Gate. See ya.